All right, Tom, thanks. Now, a CBS 21 News special assignment. Something must be done. It's the reaction of parents, kids, and politicians when they see the potentially fatal consequences of cyberbullying. So why is passing a law against it so tough? CBS 21's Joel D. Smith is dissecting the new bill stuck in the State House and takes us into a school where social media interaction already has officers involved every day.
I've never personally experienced it, but I've heard stories of friends and friends of friends who have been seriously affected. They've considered suicide because of what people have said to them.
Cyberbullying is affecting our youth in a way most adults today can never understand.
If you were being bullied by somebody in the school, you went home, and there was no problem.
That's how it used to be for folks growing up, but now with social media, there is no escape.
If they're in school or out of school, they're being affected by it.
Which means it affects school resource officer Jeremy Henry, too. Now, instead of just monitoring any trouble in the hallways at Hempfield High School, he's monitoring the squabbles in cyberspace. On this day, we met with him at noon.
Well, let's take today, for instance. I've probably spent about 2.5 hours already on issues that happened outside of school involving social media.
Really?
So, yeah, that's just today.
You're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're not worth it. Those are just some of the things that I've heard that people, honestly, those are the exact words people use.
We know these words can have consequences for the victims, but how about the ones typing and sending them?
I hope it gives them pause before they hit send or do something on Facebook or Twitter or something like that.
House Bill 229 easily passed the House this year. It seeks to punish those who continually cyber harass children, causing some physical manifestation of distress. But what does that really mean?
Does that mean, weight loss? Does that mean cutting? Does that mean tears? And the DAs will have to wade through that.
So we went wading through the proposed bill with Dauphin County's Chief Deputy District Attorney, Sean McCormick, for his interpretation of distress.
Sometimes it's hard to just quantify in a discussion as to what it is, but it's one of those things that you know it when you see it.
But do we even know the words when we see them? We asked students to make this sentence cyberbullying. Why are you so?
It's hard.
If you don't think there is one,
that's okay. There are, but it's like what you would consider to the point where it'd be considered cyberbullying from one person to another, you know?
Katie wrote the word stupid, but when we talked about different situations, like being sarcastic with that phrase, is that cyberbullying?
Probably not.
Probably not. And the excuse, I was only kidding, is a common one.
On a daily basis, we're like, yeah, I was just joking around. They didn't understand what I was saying on there.
The burden is on the Commonwealth to prove that the perpetrator had the intent to harass. Well, how do you get inside the person's head?
I think it would be an easy defense.
Easy, but not perfect. If it happens more than once and is explicit, the DA's office still thinks this could work.
Maybe using slurs and those sorts of things. No one loves you. You ought to just kill yourself. Encouraging person to take that type of tact. That's something more. That's more hateful.
Free speech is not just about talking about ponies and rainbows. Sometimes free speech means hearing things we don't want to hear. When does the government have an interest in criminalizing speech?
Free speech issues, absolutely, and we discussed that in caucus. But I think overridingly, though, I think there needs to be something put in place.
If that something is House Bill 229, it turns cyberbullying into a third-degree misdemeanor. For some, there's a diversionary educational program as an option, but for others, this could be up to a year in prison. You're saying even if it's a more severe penalty, they wouldn't connect what that really is. Get in trouble means get in trouble. Huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you're talking about teenagers, that's most of the time, that's what it comes down to.
Others disagree, and although it may be tough to prove or even pass the Senate, it might still be enough to give some kids the relief they need.
There's a crime on the book, sexting. Has it stopped sexting completely? No. But has it caused maybe some people to think about it and not do it? That's what we're hoping to do.
Even getting maybe half the people to stop is a huge step.
Joel D. Smith, CBS 21 News.
All right, so now that we've laid out the issue, it's up to you. Right now, this bill is being considered by the state Senate. If you feel strongly about which way they should vote, there's still time to contact your state senator. And if you'd like to see the entire cyberbullying bill, We have that for you on our website, cbs21.com.